Ho! Of course, that's our friend Hacksaw Jim.
Well, that wasn't very strong. Ho! Come on, man up, you know?
That's right. He'd be perturbed with us.
Jim is one of our Central Florida golfers, you know. I mean, I'll bet you Reggie, myself, and Jim are out probably 10 times a year playing golf here and embarrassing the course, embarrassing ourselves. But
I was going to say, y'all call it golf.
But he's a rather unique character. No, I call it
Somebody
nature
call
law.
it hacking up the yard, right?
Yeah, I know. That's why, you know, his name's Jim Hacksaw Doug, and we call him Hack, but not because of Hacksaw. You know?
All right, welcome back to the show, folks. We got Warren on the line. He wants to talk about these polling numbers. Warren, thank you for being out there.
Yeah, I'm usually out here every day, but today I just thought, since you were delving into the polling numbers, what is disturbing to me is that some of the early polling, they had some large samples, and the samples are shrinking.
You know, I noticed that too, especially like the Investors Business Daily poll that came out over the weekend that showed Carson ahead of Trump had 350 people they sampled.
Right, and
I mean,
to me, that's like would I judge the RBI statistics after the first day of the baseball season?
Right.
Same idea.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Now, there is one poll that's Gravis Marketing.
Yep.
We know that.
Local guys.
Yeah, it's OANN. You know, that they are using upwards of about 1,000 people.
Yeah, they do, and they get their actually their numbers down into the percentiles. Like they'll say Donald Trump 37.5, Ben Carson 23.4. I mean, they get it down pretty precisely, and they can do that because they use a much larger sampling.
And that's what people have got to understand. That you got to have a large sample. And another thing that they discovered is that the earlier polls, say back in 2012, there were far more landlines. So they can't do robot calls into the cell phones.
That's a good point. Yeah,
right.
The nature of the polling is changing because of those telecommunications changes and habits.
I wonder, Warren, would they be devious enough? Let's say they're taking a poll and they made it clear to the people on the phones or when they saw the stats coming in, once we got the guy that we want to be at the top, we just stop. So in other words, if I'm using an example, Ben Carson at the top with 400 calls, stop. But if we went to 1,000, it would probably change. It would be Donald Trump.
Well, yeah, that's
I wouldn't put that past a lot of these liberal channels.
Right. Similar to Acorn or any of the other organizations that they're going to sign you up for voting, but
well, the only thing
all the Republican voter registrations are thrown in the circular file.
Right. Well, the only thing that we can, I think, really truly glean is that all the polls are kind of showing us the same thing, and that is that Trump is leading the pack of the outsiders who are showing to be in more favor than the insiders. And beyond that, it's kind of wide open, and we really don't know until the votes start getting cast. Now, the problem for the others is that eventually this becomes sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy. That as long as Donald Trump's riding high in the polls, that people who don't pay attention much may go ahead and follow the trend and go with Trump just because he's riding high in the polls.
Yeah, it's called the bandwagon effect.
Is that what they call it? Yeah. Yeah, bandwagon effect.
I think, though, Chris, another thing which becomes obvious the more you talk about Trump in the public is, you know, they talk about, well, which group does he identify mostly with? The rich, the poor, you know, blacks, white, the educated, the non-educated. And the more that I'm around and the more that, you know, you discuss this issue, he's getting his support from everywhere.
I know.
I mean, I was at a party the other day, and I was talking to 3 people, and they all have graduate degrees and everything. And, you know, I was waiting to see what they said. All 3 went Trump, Trump, Trump.
Well,
isn't that interesting? They're not from the Beltway either.
Right. Carl Jackson texted me some things today. He's finding the same thing.
There we go.
That Trump support is broad, even amongst liberals. They're looking at this guy. And by the way, he's going to be on Fox 35 local channel tomorrow morning at 7:10. So Carl Jackson on Fox 35 tomorrow 7:10. He'll be talking about the campaign and all. But yes, Trump support is broad. But yes, thanks, Warren. I appreciate your points. Excellent points made there.
Okay, take care, guys.
Thank
All right,
you.
get back on the highway, Warren. It's a little jam right now.
It's a long, skinny parking lot again.
That's the one.
Good luck. We'll see you tomorrow.
That's the one.
Take care.
But you should wait. They're going to fix that.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
But that takes me to a question. This brings me to a question that Michael Medved was posing on his show this afternoon. He was talking about, we should be looking for a president that we could all be, I think he used the word proud of. He said he could remember a day when we were proud of our president.
Yeah.
Like even when John Kennedy was president.
Roosevelt.
Yeah, you had people of both parties, just because you were an American, you were proud of that president. And it's been a long time since we've been able to enjoy that. But if there's anyone out of this whole entire group, both Democrats and Republicans, who could actually pull that off, it's the guy that Michael Medved likes the least,
right?
Donald Trump.
But Chris, where do you think Hillary gets all her popularity? She is such a flawed candidate, credibility-wise and everything, but she still hangs up there. Why? Because she has celebrity status so long, it's embedded in the minds of the average individual. However, it's being eaten away at. It's being eaten away at. But Trump has it. He's an icon. The guy represents what most people wish they were.
And I don't know if to answer Michael Medved's question, if he used the word proud, and I was listening to it, I was driving in, and so I don't remember exactly what he said, but let's say he used the word proud. I don't know that Donald Trump would make the country proud of him. But I tell you what, I guarantee you this, I'll bet you a dime to a dollar that he would make it cool to be an American again. And I'm talking